If you are looking for the best travel camera in the market for this year, you must see this list. We selected these products based on their quality, durability, features, prices, manufacturer reputations, and user feedback. So, let's get started.
My name is Jason Vong, and today I'm going to show you how to hook up your Sony camera to your computer to be used as a webcam for live streaming. You will need a few items to get started: a camera with an HDMI output port with a tripod, a USB to HDMI capture card device, and a HDMI cable. So let's go ahead and dive into the specifics to ensure that you have all the right gear. Just about every Sony camera, including the Alpha and the RX series, have a micro HDMI output port. But just to be absolutely sure, I highly recommend looking up the camera model and finding out what size is the HDMI. It will be either full, mini, or micro. And believe it or not, there's a huge difference between a mini HDMI and a micro HDMI. I personally use the Alpha 7R Mark IV and the Alpha 7 Mark III, and both use a micro HDMI connection. Next up, ensure that you're buying a USB to HDMI capture card device and not simply a USB to HDMI adapter. The capture card device is what allows the feed of your camera to be sent to your PC or Mac. There are several good options out there, such as the Elgato Camlink 4K and the Aver Media Live Gamer Portable 2 Plus. Personally, I have the Elgato Camlink, which is incredibly compact and small, which helps when I want to live stream even when I'm out of town. Now, just a quick heads up, if you're using a Mac with only Thunderbolt 3 connectivity, you will need to get a Thunderbolt 3 to USB 3 adapter in order for you to connect your capture card device. Lastly, the HDMI cable. The capture card device will likely take a full-size HDMI, but on the other end of that cable has to match the size that your camera takes. In my case, I will need a full HDMI to micro HDMI cable for my A7R Mark IV and my Camlink. Simply connect them all together, and any software that can recognize a camera connection will list your capture card device as an option to be used. This includes Skype, Slack, Zoom, and even Google Hangouts. You are now even ready to stream on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Now, if you do see your camera menu items being displayed while you're connected to your computer, simply head to the menu, find HDMI settings, info display, and turn it off. This is what's known as a clean HDMI feed. Also, to ensure that you're in focus while you stream, enable face detection autofocus. Your camera should also be in movie mode, and continuous autofocus should be enabled. If face detection is not showing up for whatever reason, simply find file format in the menu and change from 4K to HD. Definitely download Open Broadcast software, commonly known as OBS. And to use this software to stream to Facebook, YouTube, or even Twitch Live, simply copy the stream key from those platforms to OBS and start broadcast. And that's it. Hopefully this has helped you out, and have fun on your live stream.
The Canon PowerShot G7 X Mark II offers improvements over its predecessor, making it more comfortable for shooting while maintaining its compact size and capable performance. The G7 X2 is built around a 1-inch type CMOS sensor, giving it better image quality than a small sensor compact camera or a smartphone. The built-in lens is a fast f1.8 to 2.8 24 to 100mm zoom, providing a lot of reach and decent low-light capabilities in a small package. The tilting touchscreen LCD makes it easy to set up and take your shots from any angle, making it ideal for selfies or street photography. The image quality, especially color rendition, is excellent on the G7 X2. Its fast burst shooting enables you to capture the action. The grip is comfortable in the hand, and the control ring around the lens can be set to smooth or clicky, making it useful for both photo and video shooting. Our criticisms of the G7 X2 are a relatively disappointing battery life and slightly mushy fine details in JPEGs. Overall, the Canon G7 X2 is a well-designed enthusiast compact camera that can capture good quality photos and videos. This pocketable camera is a significant improvement over its predecessor and sits near the top of its class. For more information about the Canon G7 X2 and all things photographic, head to dpreview.com.
Here's what you need to know to get started with the Nikon D5600. The D5600 is usually packaged with an 18 to 55mm f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens. For greater versatility, the 18 to 140mm f3.5 to 5.6 offers a wider zoom range. If you're just going to buy one additional lens for your D5600, we'd recommend the 35mm f1.8. It's small, sharp, and great for shooting in low light. To get started, we recommend a UHS 1 type Class 3 memory card with at least 64GB of storage. We also recommend adding an extra battery to your kit. If you're a beginner, the green auto mode will take care of the shooting settings, letting you focus on composition. But to get the most out of the D5600's 24-megapixel sensor, we recommend shooting in RAW mode and adjusting the images using Nikon's bundled Capture NXD software. For more advanced photographers, the PASM exposure modes will let you take full control over the D5600, including its versatile 39-point autofocus system. Switch to autofocus C if you want to shoot moving subjects. If you'd rather position your focus point manually, you can do this by moving your finger around the touchscreen, either in live view or with your eye to the viewfinder. The effects mode allows you to apply 10 different filters to stills and video. The D5600 shoots HD video at up to 60p. Use the flip-out screen to compose video footage and set the focus. Use SnapBridge to wirelessly connect the camera to your mobile device for photo sharing. For more in-depth information about the Nikon D5600, including a deep dive into all of its key features, head to dpreview.com.
I'm Rick Garrity, Lumix Luminary. I've been a photographer for over 35 years. Using the new Lumix LX10 has expanded my ability to walk around the streets with a tiny little camera and get great quality out of it. 1-inch sensor with a 1.4 Leica lens. Walking around the streets of San Francisco, I was having such a great time because this little camera, it doesn't weigh anything at all. I put it in my pocket, I can travel anywhere with it, it's discreet. And the tilt LCD screen allows me to shoot waist level so I get an entirely different view from everyone else. A new feature of this camera is in-camera focus stacking. Focus stacking allows me to create an image of impossible focus. Most compact cameras can't offer a 1.4 lens that gives me that incredible shallow depth of field. This camera includes post focus, which allows me to take a photograph and then choose my focus point later. "4K photo" allows me to shoot 30 frames per second at over 8 megapixels per frame, which ensures me of capturing that unmissable moment. One of the things I like about the new Lumix camera is I can customize the front dial to use it for zoom, exposure compensation, or focus. Exposure compensation allows me to get my exposure just right, and the quality of the camera is amazing. I normally shoot wide open. I like being able to pick that particular spot to focus on. And for shooting in low light, the value of the 1.4 Leica lens on this camera is exceptional. With 4K photo, 4K video, and focus stacking, what other camera do you need? I'm Rick Garrity, and I'm a Lumix luminary.
Panasonic.
Here's what you need to know to get started with the Canon PowerShot G3 X Mark II. The first additional item you'll need is a memory card. Look for cards with the UHS-1 designation for high read and write speeds, which help if you want to shoot HD video. The next thing we recommend adding to your kit is a spare battery. Canon makes two cases for the G3 X Mark II, and both will protect the camera when it's not being used. If you're a fan of social photography, Canon's optional HF DC2 external flash provides more power. The G3 X Mark II offers 8 JPEG picture style presets to fine-tune the look of your images. Auto mode will get you great shots without worrying about settings. The G9X Mark II also offers a variety of scene modes for creative effects. But shooting RAW will let you get the most out of the G9X Mark II's sensor. Its touchscreen makes it easy to set focus and navigate settings. When reviewing images, you can swipe between shots and zoom in by double tapping. You can also use the touch interface to customize the front control ring. This ring can be used to adjust exposure settings, picture styles, or to zoom the lens. Send images from the G9X2 to your phone or tablet using built-in Wi-Fi. For more in-depth information about the Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II, including a deep dive into all of its key features, head to dpreview.com.
Hi, I'm Allison for DP Review, and this is the Canon PowerShot G3 X. The G3 X is a long-zoom compact camera built around a 20-megapixel 1-inch sensor. The core feature set of the G3 X is very similar to the smaller G7X, but the ergonomics are very different. The G3 X features a large hand grip, front control dial, and a hot shoe for adding an external flash or electronic viewfinder. The G3 X has a 25x zoom, covering an effective range of 24 to 600 millimeters. With a variable maximum aperture of f2.8 to 5.6, the lens isn't particularly bright, but an effective image stabilization system partly makes up for it when shooting non-moving subjects. Image quality from the G3X's 20-megapixel sensor is excellent and matches the best of its 1-inch sensor competition. HD video quality is also very good, although the G3X can't quite compete with some of its peers in this market segment, which increasingly offer 4K capture. Overall, the G3X is a pleasant camera to use and one that is capable of very good results. A slow, continuous frame rate in RAW mode might bother enthusiasts, and we'd recommend adding the optional external viewfinder, as the tilting, touch-sensitive rear LCD can be hard to use in bright sunlight. To learn more about the Canon PowerShot G3X, visit dpreview.com.